Monday, January 26th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Meteorologist Matthew East here with you. Tons to talk about, so let's start out with a look at the Beach Mountain Resort web camera there where snow is flying atop Beach Mountain. The temperature there currently sitting at 32 degrees. Banner Elk, also some snow beginning to fall there. The temperature 29 degrees. Again, this is during the 5 o'clock hour as I'm cutting this video. I'll show you the radar of the mountain snow in just a moment. These are current readings: 32 in Boone, 43 in Charlotte, 38 in Greensboro, 40 in Raleigh, 38 in Fayetteville. And some of the Piedmont zone seeing some rain as I'm cutting this video. And a pretty potent clipper system diving in. And this is going to spawn a tremendous winter storm for parts of the northeastern United States, which I'll detail here in just a moment. But we've had this little band of some showers developing over the past couple of hours across the Piedmont of North Carolina and up into Virginia. And already the snow kicking into gear on the backside of this system. So that's the broad perspective of the radar, about 5:41 this morning. And there's your band of actually some pretty decent range there moving through parts of Alamance, Orange County, and points south and west from there. You also have the snow kicking into gear in the mountains. This will be a decent little northwest flow snow event here as today and tonight unfold. You notice the RPM modeling here giving that snow, especially to the northwestern facing slopes up there in the mountains. And so for that reason, a winter weather advisory is up for those mountain counties, especially those northwest facing areas closest to the Tennessee border. But really a lot of the mountain spots will see some snow today and tonight. Now, on the Piedmont zones, you obviously have some showers this morning, and I think as another little piece of energy ripples through this afternoon, there'll be a few more showers blossoming. And I can't totally rule out, number one, a rumble of thunder with that activity this afternoon, and number two, maybe one or two wet snowflakes over in central or eastern North Carolina. But that would not be a big deal. Your temperatures today, there's the high temperature scheme across the region. Now, we enjoy a pretty quiet day tomorrow. Look at that big winter storm in the northeast. In the meantime, we have some very quiet and pretty chilly Tuesday weather. Your highs tomorrow only in the 40s in many Piedmont zones. But look at this winter storm in the northeastern part of the country. This is going to be a tremendous snow event. Still some fine details to iron out. But let me just give you a couple of examples here. Here's the RPM modeling and its snow totals it's indicating with this system. And that's pretty impressive. But then take a peek at the NAM computer model. Look at some of these numbers it's printing out. That's amazing. Now that's probably overdone. The NAM, the North American model, a lot of times is a bit overdone with the amounts of precipitation with these systems. But boy, that's impressive. This is going to be a big winter storm, including areas such as New York and Boston, the big cities there. New York is kind of on the fringe of some of the heaviest precipitation, depending on which model you look at, but certainly on a lot of the modeling, New York is right in the thick of things too. There's the winter weather products up in the northeast. I thought it was interesting that a hurricane force wind warning is in effect for coastal areas of eastern Long Island up through Cape Cod. And of course you have blizzard warnings including New York City and Boston and all of coastal Maine. All of Long Island in a blizzard warning too. That storm really cranks into gear tonight and really rages through tomorrow. Wednesday around here, very quiet. Sunshine, highs Wednesday in the 40s, and then we await our next potential significant system. First of all, a weak system moves through later Thursday, maybe bringing a couple areas of some light rain. But then the bigger potential system is Sunday into Monday. That's the European model output. I'll show you the high-resolution modeling in just a second. Before I move on to the weekend system here in the Carolinas, or the potential weekend system, I want to give you two more charts here of the northeast snow. This is the GFS model, the 0Z run, and I know those numbers are tough to see. This is from weatherbell.com, but obviously some big snow totals there, and there's the bigger perspective of the high resolution 4-kilometer NAM. Big winter storm, no doubt about it. Okay, now regarding, well, let me talk about Thursday very quickly. GFS does bring some precipitation in here on Thursday. This was, I'm sorry, this is actually valid over the weekend. So let me get to that weekend system, all right, before I get into that. This is the big picture, European model. And really, our weekend potential storm system all hinges on this piece of energy in the desert southwest and whether or not it will eject eastward, and if so, how quickly it does so. That's the European model at 120. There, let's see. There is the GFS model at 120. They're not terribly different at that point in time. All right, but let's go out to then 174 on the GFS, and notice most of that energy still consolidated back here. On the European model, you've seen a good bit of it come out. A little piece left behind there in the Baja Peninsula, but a lot of that energy has come out. And so in the European, you end up with that type of scenario. That's a winter storm for North Carolina. Even the northernmost tip of Georgia included in that snow when you look at the temperature profiles. And again, that's just due to that energy coming out and combining with the cold air. All right, let's go to the GFS solution, and you end up with on the GFS with a little bit of light precipitation anywhere from late Saturday into Saturday night, enough cold air around that it's a little bit of light wintry precip Saturday evening and Saturday night on the GFS, but nothing like the big winter storm the European model is showing with its most recent 0Z run. So, yeah. Interesting, something to watch. That's that area we've been keying on, that Sunday to Monday time period, and it all just kind of hinges on how this piece of energy behaves as it tries to eject from the southwest. All right, that is it for today's edition of the video. Everybody have a wonderful day, and God bless.